Forget prison! Can Stallone and Schwarzenegger escape age discrimination? You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of Escape Plan.
This was a setup. Somebody wanted to bury me.
You have a choice. You can die in here, or you can get out and punish who put you here.
I'm gonna find out who, and I'm gonna find out why.
Let's do it.
I need a diversion.
Okay. You hit like a vegetarian. That was good.
What's he up to?
They're planning an escape.
Lockdown procedure engaged.
Drag the rats back to their cages.
If I don't get out, I kill you.
I don't know, it's hard to escape something you're playing into. Sylvester Stallone, one of the biggest movie stars of the 80s, has turned his career into the golden oldies. First, he revisited his greatest hits with Rocky Balboa and Rambo with moderate success, before building himself yet another franchise, The Expendables. And as I've noted before, Stallone has turned that franchise into something of a retirement home for his contemporaries, including Dolph Lundgren, Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bruce Willis, and now Harrison Ford and Mel Gibson in the upcoming The Expendables 3. However, Stallone, a shrewd movie producer, knows he can't rely on nostalgia forever. That's why he's adding younger actors to his third Expendables movie and making films like The Escape Plan. An entirely new story, it does feature Schwarzenegger, but also Jim Caviezel, 50 Cent, Vinnie Jones, and Amy Ryan. Now, Stallone's role was originally going to go to Bruce Willis, and the fact that Planet Hollywood business partners vied for the same role shows just how small the talent pool is at this age bracket. The documentary, Searching for Deborah Winger, called attention to the fact that it's hard for actresses over 40 to get work, but Christopher Nolan himself has also tried to call attention to the fact it's not any easier for actors over 40 either. That's why he's made a point of casting actors like Rutger Hauer, Eric Roberts, Tom Berenger, and Matthew Modine in his own films. Can Stallone and Schwarzenegger find success a la Meryl Streep and Helen Mirren? In Streep's case, she had to drastically change and update her image with The Devil Wears Prada and then Mamma Mia. But Stallone and Schwarzenegger? Well, these old dogs don't seem to want to learn any new tricks.
I actually kind of liked this movie, and I wouldn't go so far as to say that Stallone and Schwarzenegger have learned any new tricks, but at least they seem to be finally remembering they know more than one. I've been getting really tired of seeing them both ham it up, especially in The Expendables, and they do that a little bit here, especially when they first meet, because I think they think that's what the audience wants to see, and those are the weakest points of the film. But overall, it's so nice to see them both return to subtle, realistic acting, particularly Stallone. Stallone did a really nice job. He had a lot of scenes where he had to just come across as that he was looking around, thinking, figuring things out, scenes with no dialogue, no lines. And he really sold them, and it reminds you of what a smart guy he is in real life. Writing and producing many of his films, that he's able to pull that off. As for Schwarzenegger, as I said in my trailer review, I really had a problem getting over what he's done in his personal life. So when I saw the film, it was indeed hard for me to get over that, especially when he was showboating. But when he really just kind of like opened up and let his guard down, I did start to warm up to him again, and I thought he did a nice job here. And also from the trailer, not only was I concerned about being able to accept Schwarzenegger in a movie role, knowing what I know about him personally, but I had said that I thought that the trailer came across as Grumpy Old Men, the Prison Edition. But I'm happy to report that the movie itself does not come across that way. And in fact, it was very refreshing to see age-appropriate casting across the board. All the characters were cast with actors who I thought were the appropriate age for that character. And nobody seemed like a token. Like you weren't like, oh, Stallone and Schwarzenegger couldn't really take this kind of abuse. They both seemed like really still to be in very peak physical condition, and they sold it. They really sold it. It was very realistic. I really liked that. Even this kind of super prison came across realistically. Besides Stallone and Schwarzenegger, there were two other standout actors. I really liked Ferran Tahir, who you're not going to recognize the name, I bet, but you do know him from television. I know him from The New Dallas, where he played Cliff Barnes' nefarious assistant. And he's very good here, and he has a surprisingly large role towards the end of the film, and he was really good. Also, Jim Caviezel was a great villain. It's a very different role for him, but I think he really attacked it with aplomb. He really, with gusto, and it paid off, and it made for one of those memorable 90s-like villains. And that's how I would describe this movie. It's a great throwback to 90s action movies, but a little bit more realistic. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of one-liner groaners, which, I guess I've enjoyed them back in the day, but especially when Stallone and Schwarzenegger are delivering them, they just seem so dated. So it was great to kind of see this more, realistic take on a 90s action film. So as to whether or not you should go see it, if you're at all considering seeing The Escape Plan, go see it. trust me, you'll just have a good time. Don't hem and haw over it. Just go. I mean, because it's not perfect. It's a little bit slow in the middle and drags, but still, I left the theater very happy, and I really had a good time while I was watching it. But if you're not considering seeing it, if you're not a big fan of Stallone and Schwarzenegger's work, reconsider it when it comes out on video. I think it would make for a very good rental. I think that you would be pleasantly surprised, as I was. So that's my review of Escape Plan. If you've seen the film, write your own thoughts down below, and you can watch some other episodes right now.